High school basketball on KRAI and KRAI Web TV at MIMOinfo.com. Farmington versus Central. Both teams 1-0 in the conference. Both teams with 8 wins. Farmington 8-3. Central is 8-4. Let's get you the starting lineups. Farmington Knights are wearing their black road uniforms with the black numbers with the gold outline and the white and gold and black trim down the sides. They are starting Logan England, 5.5 assists per game for the Farmington point guard. Number 20, Eli Pratt, 6.9 points per game. Number 24, Garrett Callahan, who averages 8.3 points per game and 3.5 assists per game. Number 25, Jordan Ankrum is the junior 6'4" best player who wasn't in the lineup last time these two teams played. Averages 16.2 points per game. And then there's DJ Hardy, who wears number 32 on his back. He's a good three-point shooter, 8.8 points per game. Those are your starting lineups for the Farmington Knights. For the Central Rebels, they're going with Jake Bridges. He's a deadly three-point shooter, 8.8 points per game at 5'10". Also a good three-point shooter is Braden Mannion, number 22, at 6 foot even. Number 20, Alaric Jones gets the start tonight for the Park Hill Central Rebels, as does Austin Caldwell and Will Shervis. Again, no Hunter Strange in the starting lineup this evening for the Park Hill Central Rebels. More on him a little bit later on. Right now, I want to introduce Jared Lucas to the KRAI listeners. He will be providing the color commentary tonight. Jared, this looks like a good matchup on paper anyway. It was a 9-point win last time for Farmington in the Christmas tournament, but now they get Ankrum back. How do you think this one plays out?
Well, I think Farmington's got a little advantage coming into this game with Ankrum back and with Strange out. They're losing a little bit of size on the inside, but no matter what, it's always going to be a good game between Central and Farmington.
Hunter Curtois in the starting lineup for Central rather than Will Sherfus, Curtois at the center stripe to take the tip for Central. Farmington, though, wins the tip with Jordan Ankrum, and the Knights start with the basketball. Knights working right to left. Central's wearing their white home uniforms with the dark red trim. Here's a kick to the near side corner for Pratt. He does not hit his jump shot just inside the arc, ends up out of bounds. Last touch by the Farmington Knights. Central is going to get it back with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left to play. So, Jared, Farmington on a 7-game winning streak. You can tell their confidence is building as this season's gone along.
They're going to keep playing good basketball. They always seem to snowball towards the end of the year and keep things moving forward for them going into conference and districts. But this is a pretty pivotal game here tonight, playing against a good Central team.
Here's a Braden Mannion right wing three ball. Oh, it's in and out, no good. And the rebound is fought for and won by Farmington. Eventually gets tipped out to Pratt. Pratt gives up to Logan England. Logan England had 9 assists last time these two teams played, almost racking up double-digit assists. Between he and Garrett Callahan, they totaled 14 assists for the ballgame without Jordan Ankrum in there. Those guards played out of their minds in the semifinals of the Christmas tournament. We've got a foul away from the basketball. It goes against Central. They're going to whistle, looks like Austin Caldwell on this one. It's his first.
You can tell it's going to get scrappy inside with this game. A lot of big guys banging down low. Oh, and here we go, a tip pass, and Central gets the turnover.
Central will create their first turnover. It was Hunter Curtois who came up with a steal off of the inbound, and now it's the Rebels back on offense. About a minute in and 53 seconds into it, still no score. Curtois goes across the court, pass to the left wing for Alaric Jones. He drives left side of the lane, gets a blocking foul called against the Farmington Knights. So far, no score, 59 seconds into the ball game.
Now, Alaric Jones, he's known to slash the ball and really take it hard on the inside. It's interesting to see how they're going to guard him coming off the wing like that.
Here's Alaric Jones. He's going to try the inbound baseline. He's going to bounce it underneath the Curtois. Dangerous pass, but he got it in there. Now the pass across the lane goes to Caldwell. Gets poked out. Last touch by the Farmington Knights. Central keeps it with 6:55 left to go in this first quarter. Still no score between these two MAAA rivals. Coach Harlow was saying these two teams will play probably 3 times, maybe 4 times this year. So they know each other pretty well.
Yeah, they do, and they always play a scrappy, competitive game.
3-ball left wing. It's good. That one from Jake Bridges, 3-0, and that's the guy Coach Callahan was worried about, Jake Bridges. He can shoot it with the best of them. Central's on top first. Now Farmington the other way. Jordan Ankrum gets one to go from about 8 feet out. Just a leaner that barely falls in off the lip of the rim. 3-2. Central on top.
These crowds are in the game, Glenn. Both crowds, Central and Farmington High School, standing up for their teams tonight.
Central has nobody that averages double figures. Here's a floater put up by Caldwell. Uses the window and gets it to go. And you think about that. For Central, you think, man, they don't have anybody that averages double figures, but actually that's what they do. They have so many players, and they spread the ball around so much that nobody needs to average double figures. That's what makes them good.
They bring them in and out like a line change in hockey, Glenn. A lot of players play for that Central team, and they keep them coming.
5-2, Central on top of Farmington. Here's a blocked 3 from the near side. Hardy tried it. Alaric Jones comes up with it. Now Central's on the move back the other way. Bridges for 3 from the same spot. It's not going to go. Rebound goes to Farmington this time with Eli Pratt. And then the ball being passed ahead, gets knocked away, but Garrett Callahan comes up with a loose ball, and then Central's on their heels on defense. Jake Bridges is going to pick up a foul here, and he twisted his ankle a little bit, and he's limping around on it. He's going to be fine, it looks like. He'll just need to walk that off, but Bridges picks up a foul as he was trying to transition back on defense.
We'll see how that goes, though, because he did twist that ankle pretty good, and it's always tough for a guard like that on a twisted ankle with the speed that he has to do to keep up with the other guys.
Off the inbound, they go to Garrett Callahan, then they swing it underneath Ankrum. Fadeaway jumper doesn't go from Jordan Ankrum that time. Averages 16.2, and he's got the Knights' only points of this one so far. Central off to a pretty good start, up 5-2. Alaric Jones drives the lane, spins, then kicks it back out to Jake Bridges. Bridges backs it up, working on Logan England. This guy guards the ball just about as well as anybody in the area. He and Callahan. 3-ball Braden Mannion doesn't go from the far side corner, and a tough rebound. Hunter Curtois offensively swings back out to Bridges for 3. It doesn't fall, and now a long rebound is going to end up out of bounds. Who touched it last? Looks like Ankrum touched it last. Central gets a third look at the basket here.
They are letting it fly tonight, Glenn. That's quite a few three-point shots here in this first quarter, and they're really throwing it up. They're rebounding well, and we'll see how it turns out for them.
I want to ask you something about what Coach Harlow said about Jordan Ankrum not playing this last game, but first let's get this action. I want to get your opinion on something, though, here pretty quick. Off the inbound, Hunter Curtois gets the top of the key. He swings it out to Will Sherfus, who did just check into the ball game, working on England. That's a good guard matchup right there. Pass to the top of the key, then around the perimeter, far side corner. Alaric Jones has it. Lobs to the post for Curtois. Catches, comes down with it, then goes up, and his bank shot just rims out. No good. Farmington's got it back. Down by 3 points. In the front court quickly, Callahan fakes right, drives it left. Nice bounce pass across the lane, but Pratt gets his layup blocked. I believe it was Hunter Curtois who came up with that swat, and it's Central on the move again. Alaric Jones drives at baseline, stops. Nice pass to the cutting Curtois, who puts it off the window and missed it, but got fouled. Curtois to the free throw line. So what I wanted to ask you about, Ankrum doesn't play last time against Central. Farmington still wins. Yet, some would say, and Coach Harlow even said it, that Farmington or Central matches up better with Farmington with Ankrum in the lineup because they don't have to go guard heavy and guard the perimeter as much. Farmington's guard heavy lineup last time kind of played into their strength against Central's weakness. I thought that was interesting. Now, Farmington's a better team with Ankrum on the floor, but maybe against Central, it played into their strength not having Ankrum out there.
Well, with the bigs that Central has inside, they got guys like Curtois and Caldwell that can just bang inside and rebound really well. So if you want to play that inside-out game with them, they're willing to play that. But like you said, they have a hard time guarding around the perimeter.
Here's a drive as Curtois did hit both of those free throws. A bounce pass to the near side corner comes to Callahan. He's going to get pushed on his way to the basket here. 4:27 left in the first quarter. Central out to a good start in this one. 7-2. Bridges has 3, Curtois has 2, and Caldwell has 2. They've gone inside out pretty well. Off the inbound, they bounce it off the defender, and Logan England with the reverse layup after the bounce pass over the defender who was guarding the baseline. You see that every once in a while, just went right off of his back and gave him his own assist.
Classic move right there. Bounce it off the back of the defender and give yourself a quick layup.
Logan England with his first 2 points of the game. He's a headsy player, the soccer dream team player of the year for the Farmington Knights, and Coach Rusty Sansagra, and he's a heck of a basketball player too. Here's a pass across, and it goes to Farmington, intercepted. Then he gives up to Ankrum on the way back, and the fast break goes to Farmington as Ankrum gets the bucket off the assist from England, and England with the steal as well. England's playing well.
He is playing well, and it looks like Ankrum's coming into this game pretty healthy off that layup right there.
3-ball right wing doesn't go from Braden Mannion, and there's a rebound for Logan England. He's all over the place. Pushes it up the floor to Hardy. Hardy attacks. Reverse layup is good right around Curtois. Farmington has grabbed the lead back now all of a sudden, 8-7. Timeout Central, 3:35 left to go in the first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on AM 800 KRBI.
The doctor is in. Board certified in neurology, Dr. Tariq Alam is now part of Mercy Clinic. As part of the Mercy Clinic, Dr. Alam belongs to a healthcare team that is thousands strong, linking you to experts everywhere you find Mercy. It's coordinated, responsive care that's all about you. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Alam, call 636-933-8270. Learn more about Mercy or find a Mercy Clinic physician at mercy.net.
Farmington Knights are on a 6-0 run, and they've grabbed the lead over the Central Rebels 8-7 in this one with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Logan England, Jared, has been a big part of that 6-0 run.
He's been coming up big with a few good passes, a few steals, and just really playing a good all-around game.
Now Central breaks the Farmington press, gets in the front court with DJ Buchanan fresh in the ball game. He attacks left side and puts it up and in. Fearless was DJ Buchanan, and he got to the rack and gives Central the lead back at now 9-8. Now it's Farmington looking for the counter punch on the other side. Farmington works right to left as you look on web TV at MyMoInfo.com. Logan England attacks from the right side, passes around, ball gets knocked back into play, and Central comes up with a turnover. Farmington's second. It's a left wing three ball for Will Sherfuss on the other end. This doesn't go. A high bounce off the rebound comes Farmington's way with Logan England. England's racing the floor with it, and he's going to try to take it all the way to the rack. No, a last-second pass, but before he could get rid of it, blocking foul called against Central. Will Sherfuss tried to set the feet, but he got called for the blocking foul.
He got twisted up there with Logan England spinning around, throwing a behind-the-back pass, and Will Sherfuss just couldn't stay set to get that charge.
You can tell Logan England's kind of feeling it in this game. He's trying all kinds of different passes, but like I said, he's one of the better passers in the area, 5.5 assists per game, and he's very unselfish, which you really like that from your point guard. Off the inbound, they go to the right wing. Farmington does to Ankrum. By the way, Sherfuss, who's only played a couple minutes in this ball game, already has 2 fouls. Up to the top of the key, they go Logan England. He throws it right wing. This is Garrett Callahan with it. Gets a screen from Ankrum, drives it, pulls up, and shoots from 10 feet and missed it. Rebound, Jake Bridges. Central already up by 1, and they're on the move again on offense. Bridges throws it up top for DJ Buchanan. Now it's over to the right wing for Will Sherfuss. Sherfuss with a jab step working on DJ Hardy. Then gets free of him. Swings left wing Buchanan. Kick to the far side corner. Bridges loads up the 3. Bridges can't find that one. Rebound fought 4-1 by Colin Best of Central. Putback doesn't go, but he gets fouled, and Colin Best is going to head to the free throw line.
Now he's a big fella. He's going to get some rebounds. Central playing really big inside right now with Austin Caldwell and Colin Best, but he's got to make that three-point play with an easy bucket there off the backboard.
And he's not a great free throw shooter yet this year, 35% on the season, but he is 6'5", and he eats up some space down low, and that was big to go up strong the way he did. Just couldn't quite finish it. He will hit this first free throw.
And it's kind of tough for those big guys to shoot free throws, but he looks like the form's not too bad. He probably just needs a little more practice.
That's his first point of this game, 10-8 Central. Now the next free throw is going to miss, so he goes 1 of 2 that trip, and Farmington's able to bring down the rebound with Brett Mann, who just checked in. Knight's in the front court, down by 2. Callahan gets a screen at the top of the key. Takes it to the right wing now, swings to the far side corner for Justin Bain. He'll throw it back up top for Mann. Colin Best jumps in front. Loose ball now. It's going to be a scrum on the floor for it, and a jump ball going to be called. It's going to go back to the Central Rebels. That's great perimeter defense right there from a big man in Colin Best.
He went down hard on the floor after that ball, and these guys are not giving up. They're playing tough basketball.
I think he might have left a crater in the floor the way he fell down. Here comes the inbound to Jake Bridges, and Bridges goes to work on Justin Bain with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bridges is going to cross the timeline. Jake Bridges averaging 8.8 points per game. He's the team's leading scorer, but again, nobody gets a whole lot. A bad pass to the inside comes right to Jordan Ankrum. It's a turnover. Ankrum's on the run. Coast-to-coast layup on the right side. Jordan Ankrum ties the game at 10.
And Bridges just isn't big enough to defend Ankrum driving in the lane like that.
Ankrum's got 6. Now here's a steal, and it's Callahan on the move back the other way. He's going to try to go coast to coast. He can't finish on the left side, but an offensive rebound. They'll swing it out up top to Ankrum. Ankrum drives, jump stop in the lane, draws the blocking foul on the floor here against Central, but that's going to be number 5 against the Central Rebels. Central's turned it over 3 times in this first half, and just a couple of bad passes we've seen from the Rebels here.
And Ankrum with a hard drive there to go to the basket. I'm surprised that they didn't get a different call there because it looked like he was set, but I think he might have slid his foot at the last moment.
Gabe Craig picked up for the foul. He just checked in, and just like that, gets called for it, his first. And again, team foul number 5. Farmington inbounds. Right underneath they go to Ankrum. Ankrum puts it up and in, plus the foul. That's a great feed. They went top of the key to Bain, and Bain, being the great quarterback that he is, saw Ankrum cut into the bucket, got him there. He puts up the shot and gets fouled. Chance for a 3-point play for Jordan Ankrum.
Cut right across the block for an easy bucket there, and if it's after the fact like that, you just can't foul him while he's already putting the basket or the ball in the basket.
Well, Jordan Ankrum, he's on his way in this game. He's already got 8 points. He's already halfway to his average. Farmington grabs the lead again, 12-10, and that's Gabe Craig picking up his second foul in less than 30 seconds right there. Ankrum puts up this free throw, gets it to go, and Farmington stretches the lead out, their biggest, 13-10 over the Central Rebels. The winner of this game is going to be 2-0 in the conference, and like Coach Harlow said in pregame, it'll be a good leg up in the early conference race. DJ Buchanan takes top of the key, swings to the far side corner for Jake Bridges. Bridges with a lob pass out up top for Alaric Jones with 1:10 to play first quarter. We get a 3-second call here against Central.
I believe so.
Turnover on the Central Rebels. That'll be their 4th. Farmington's got it back. Camped out in the paint a little bit too long. I want to say that was Colin Best who got whistled on that one. Farmington's going to take the inbound. Central's going to apply pressure with Alaric Jones and Hunter Curtois, but Callahan, the good ball handler he is, has no trouble with it. Gets it in the front court, tries to pass across the lane from right to left to Ankrum. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's off Central. Farmington keeps it with 60 seconds to go in the quarter. Farmington subs Logan England back into the ball game. He'll come in there for Garrett Callahan. So those are your two best assist guys. Again, Logan with 5.5 assists per game. Garrett, a 3.5 assists per game getter, which would lead most teams. Logan England looking to inbound. Takes him a while, but does get it in. Far side corner for Justin Bain. Bridges guarding him. He'll swing it out right wing. This is Jonah Barnes with it. He scored 15 points last time these two teams met up. He made up for the absence of Jordan Ankrum. Here's Ankrum trying to attack. He lost the basketball off of his knee, out of bounds. Farmington's going to turn it over here, and Central's got it back down by 3.
And that's a good plan for Ankrum. Keep him along the outside there. Don't let him beat you inside, and really don't let him get his back to the basket and just back you down and put it off the glass, because he's got that. I
agree with that. He's a guy that can beat you from the outside, but his strength is to the inside. So if you're picking your poison, I would pick to make him beat you from the perimeter. Here's Central in the front court. They'll swing it to the near side corner for Braden Mannion. They go underneath to the 6'5" Colin Best. Works the low post, falls away, and just can't buy that one. It should have been down, but rimmed all the way around and out, and Farmington gets it back up by 3. Logan England in the front court has Alaric Jones out on him. Farmington Knights in their black, slick-looking uniforms. They'll swing it to the left side, near side for Brett Mann. Now it's back out up top for Jordan Ankrum. 19 seconds to play, first quarter. Looks like Farmington may hold for the last shot. Down to 15 seconds as the handoff goes to Logan England. He backs it up to the half court as we get down to 10 seconds. We're under 10. Logan England drives left side of the lane, stops his progress, swings back out. Ankrum for 3. He bricked that one off back rim, no good. Central still has 2 seconds. Bridges going to try a half-court shot, puts it up, and airmailed it. Over the backboard it goes. Farmington by 3 as the first quarter comes to an end at the T.J. Foulon Fieldhouse in this NAAA conference rivalry in St. Francis County, 13-10. Farmington back in a minute on KREI and KREI Web TV.
The doctor is in. Board-certified wound care physician Dr. Victor Bellotta is now a part of Mercy Clinic. As part of the Mercy Clinic, Dr. Bellotta belongs to a healthcare team that's thousands strong, linking you to experts everywhere you find Mercy. It's coordinated, responsive care that's all about you. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Bellotta, call 636-933-1163. Learn more about Mercy or find a Mercy Clinic physician at www.mercy.net. Get to America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington for special buys on Serta Bedding and Ashley Recliners, like the Perfect Sleeper Queen, only $2.99, or the Cool Twist Gel Queens, $3.97, and Serta Twins, just $99. Ashley Recliners start at just $2.18, and Rocker Recliners are as low as $2.79. Or get bigger recliners with cup holders for as little as $3.99, and get free delivery, free setup, and excellent 12 months financing. It's all at America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington.
Well, if you don't think Jordan Ankrum means a lot to the Farmington Knights, he scored 9 of the team's 13 points in that first quarter. Here's a pass across the lane from Ankrum to Bain. Bain drives it right side and gets blocked, and blocked badly. Central gets it back. Justin Bain thought he was going to attack and score that one, and Central had other plans. Now it's Central on offense, down by 3. Bridges drives right side, and then he tries to swing it back out, and there's Brett Mann to come up with a steal. Central turns it over for the 5th time in the first half.
Farmington's really crowding the lane. They're not giving them a whole lot of places to pass.
Now Logan England drives, splits a double team. This guy can handle it now. Swings it out for a right wing deep 2 for Ankrum. He airmailed that one badly to the left. Nothing but backboard. Central gets the board. Caldwell works it into the front court. Now it's Alaric Jones up top. Fakes left, dribbles it right, stops in the paint, pulls up from 10 feet. Can't get it to go. Ankrum with the tough rebound. Pulls it down and gives it back over to Logan England. Here come the Knights again. Logan England drives left side of the lane, then tried to pass out, lost the handle of it. Central grabs the turnover. Farmington's 4th turnover of the game. Mannion in the front court, swings the corner. Caldwell, catch and release, jump shot, got that to go just inside the arc. Austin Caldwell's 3rd and 4th points on the night tonight.
Quick to pull the trigger on that baseline jumper, but it was good.
At first I was like, I don't know if that's within his range, and then it was definitely within his range, nothing but net. And if you get an open look like that, why not? I don't have a problem with it. Here's Ankrum, top of the key. He'll throw it left wing for Barnes. Now they go underneath for Mann. Mann works the low post and takes it right to the hoop. Kind of a weak effort on defense there by Central, and Mann's able to get that to go high off the window. 15-12 Farmington. Now it's Central back the other way. A 3-ball. Alaric Jones, left wing, doesn't go. There's Ankrum getting another rebound. He's going to bring the ball up the floor himself this time. He can handle that basketball in space, but he missed Mann open underneath the basket. They'll swing it to the right wing. Mann's going to try a deep 2 here and can't get the friendly roll. Rebound, fought for, and lost out of bounds by Alaric Jones. Jonah Barnes was trying to tip it to himself, and Jones ended up knocking it out of bounds. Farmington keeps it. 6 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock in this second quarter in a 3-point affair. Farmington on top. We're brought to you by D&L Developers in Farmington along with Walmart Supercenter in Farmington tonight. On the inbound, they lob it in up top, and then they'll swing it over to the left wing. That was Pratt who caught it. Passed off to Bame. Now it's over right side. England swings to the corner for Mann. A deep two here, a foot in front of the line, and there's Brett Mann knocking the bottom out of another one. His second bucket of the night, 17-12. Farmington has its biggest lead of the game at 5 points. In the front court come the Central Rebels. A take to the right wing. We're going to get an offensive foul here against Central, an illegal screen called against the Central Rebels, and you might have had a better look at that than I did.
He might have put a little shoulder into that one. I don't know if he knows football season's over, but I don't think you can do that.
Colin Best, the co-defensive lineman of the year from the Park Hill Central Rebel football team. Just a junior. He'll be back next year, but that time got a little bit too physical setting a screen for his teammate. His first team foul, number 7, an offensive foul, so it doesn't send anybody to the free throw line in the bonus, but everything from here on out will send Farmington to the line. Here's Callahan, catch and release with his foot on the line. A deep two from straight away. Callahan gets it to go, and Farmington starting to shoot the ball very well.
Curled off a great screen, and that's hard to defend.
7-point game now. Farmington leads it. Central Rebels in the front court. Oh, a wayward pass almost sailed into the backcourt, but Alaric Jones is able to get it back. He'll take it to the top of the key and dribble it over now to the left wing with Logan England guarding him. Attacks, then swings back out. Here's Braden Mannion with a pump fake, then steps to the baseline for the deep jumper. It doesn't go, and Farmington pulls down the board with Pratt that time. And here come the Knights again, already up by 7 points. Logan England in the front court. He drives right past Alaric Jones, then stops, swings it to the left wing for Jonah Barnes, then gets it back up top. Hands off to the left wing again. This is Pratt with it. Bounce pass over to the right wing. Here's Callahan. Callahan with an overhead pass baseline for Pratt. Pratt goes up, gets swatted by Bess, and Central gets the basketball with Alaric Jones. That's what Bess can give you in the low post defensively. Now Alaric Jones drives it, gets the ball poked away from behind. It's turned over back to the Farmington Knights. A take to the right side of the lane. And Brett Mann puts it up and in. And boy, what a second quarter he's had. 6 points in the second quarter alone for Brett Mann, 21-12. Farmington has stretched the lead now, Jared, to a 9-point game as we got a timeout on the court. Central's going to have to adjust or something during this timeout.
And Colin Best tried to get another hand on that one, but he worked his way around it and laid the ball up nicely off the glass, and Farmington's got a nice lead here in the second quarter.
Whereas Jordan Ankrum puts up 9 points in the first quarter. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. He hasn't scored this quarter, but Brett Mann has taken over that role. That's what both of these teams have, is bench guys that can come in and give you some great minutes.
Well, as soon as you put the attention on one guy, they're going to start passing it to another, and, you know, they're getting guys open in the lane, and they're getting easy buckets off the glass, and that's hard to stop.
Let's thank a few more sponsors while we're here during this timeout. 4:29 left to go in the first half. Farmington has stretched out their largest lead at 21-12. Earth Mother Health Foods in Farmington brings you the broadcast, along with Law Office of Williams and Seacrest in Park Hills, Turner Chevrolet in Park Hills, Donaldson Cycles at Park Hills, and American Family Insurance agent Bill Best in Park Hills. And we're on Web TV tonight, courtesy of Sam's and Ford in Farmington, Mercy Hospital, Jefferson and Festus, and America's Mattress, also of Farmington. Central basketball down by 7. Inbound comes in to DJ Buchanan. Also Caldwell out there on the floor along with Bridges and Mannion and Scott Richardson. Here's a pass to the corner. Now they go underneath to Richardson, and Richardson checks into the game, and all he does is score 2 points right off the bat. No problem in the low post for Richardson.
That's a good look, posting up on the block there, getting an easy pass and laying it off the glass.
That's only the second bucket of this second quarter for the Central Rebels. Now they trail by 7. Farmington looks to add back to that. In the front court, Callahan fires a pass inside. Ball got knocked away. He was looking for Mann. DJ Buchanan comes up with a turnover. Farmington's 5th turnover of the game. Here's Bridges in the front court. They'll go around the perimeter, left wing Mannion. Now it's back to Bridges. Bridges with a jab step, then pulls up off the elbow. Missed a line drive jump shot. Offensive rebound, no. He lost it out of bounds. Richardson just couldn't corral that one, and Farmington's got it back with 3:43 to play.
Should have been an easy rebound, but he just couldn't handle it as it got out of his hands, hit the line, and now it's Farmington basketball.
And now Richardson, to make matters worse for him, he's going to come off the floor with a bloody nose. I don't know if the basketball kind of bounced up and popped him in the nose. I didn't see anybody around him there.
On that turnover on that last offensive drive by Farmington, I think he got in a little bit of a mix down there.
So it was on the other side of the floor before the action came back over to the right side. So he comes off, and he's going to have to go back to the locker room. Will Scherfus is back in the game for the Central Rebels, and Scherfus is up to pressure the ball. Logan England takes the inbound. Knights 21, Rebels 14, 3:37 left to go. Second quarter action in this NAAA Conference rivalry game. Jordan Ankram's got it top of the key. He'll throw it left wing for Garrett Callahan. Callahan throws it back to the top, and this goes to Logan England. England working on Scherfus. Fakes right, dribbles it left, then swings to the corner for Callahan. Callahan with a pump fake, then a drive. Oh, he got a wide open lane to the bucket and took it to the rack. A little hesitation move. Got in that lane and he laid it in off the window.
You just can't give the opposition that lane right there.
23-14. He saw an inch and took a mile there, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Central Rebels trailing in this first half, second quarter. Now it's a 3-ball deep for Braden Mannion. Nothing but air. That's going to end up going out of bounds. Saved from going out of bounds by Sherfus, but right back to Farmington. Now it's Ankrum on the run, coast to coast, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. He'll get his own rebound, take a power dribble, stripped on the way up, but Pratt comes up with the basketball. Swings back out to Callahan. Callahan pulls up from 10 feet, gets fouled. There's a block by Bridges, but on the follow-through, it got him on the hand. And it's going to send Garrett Callahan to the free throw line. Bridges picks up his second, team foul number 8.
It was a clean block to start with, but on that follow-through, he just got his hand just enough for the ref to see it, and that's going to send him to the line. Good on the first one.
First free throw is good. 5 points this quarter alone for Garrett Callahan. And the next one for Garrett is on its way. He started off not shooting well from the free throw line, and he's going to miss this one and go 50%. But his free throw shooting is getting better at 67% on the season. He was having a tough time at the beginning of the year. 24-14, Farmington has its largest lead at 10 points. Sherfus for 3, can't find that one. The Rebels have gone ice cold from beyond the arc in this one so far. Offensive rebound, no Caldwell. It was a long one in the corner. Now he's going to try to back down Ankrum. Swings a pass back out up top for Will Sherfus with 2:24 on the clock in the second. Logan England out to guard him. Now a right wing pass Bridges. Little stutter step. Now he's going to try with his back to the basket at the elbow. Swings back out for another 3. This doesn't go from Caldwell. Still ice cold as Central from beyond the arc. A long offensive rebound to Sherfus. He puts up the floater, and they can't buy a basket right now. Farmington gets the rebound, and Pratt gets pushed from behind as he comes down with it. Central just ice cold.
They're looking like their offense is a little stifled right now. It doesn't look like they got a whole lot of movement going on. I don't see too many screens getting set, and Farmington's just doing a great job rebounding the ball.
Central hit 1 3, and it was the very first bucket of this game, and it was by Jake Bridges. Since then, nothing. That was early in the first quarter. That foul was number 9 on Central. Number 3 on Will Sherfus, and he's had a night to forget defensively. He's going to have to sit for a while, most likely the rest of this first half. And Pratt goes to the free throw line to shoot in the single bonus for the Farmington Knights, trying to stretch out what's already a nice 10-point lead, but he will miss the front end of the 1-and-1, giving Central the basketball back after a rebound. Final 2 minutes of the second quarter. Bridges attacks from the right, swings out to the corner near side. This is Alaric Jones. Fakes left, drives it right baseline, pulls up and gets fouled. See if they get on this. It looked like Ankrum had all ball, but somebody got him. There was 3 Knights around him here.
Looked like Pratt came through and got him on the wrist a little bit.
And that was Pratt's third. Team foul only number 4, but it is a shooting foul, and it sends Alaric Jones to the free throw line.
And it is a shame that he had to get him on the wrist there because, like you said, Ankrum did have a clean block.
Free throw from Alaric Jones. The first one is going to miss. Jones is a 58% free throw shooter on the year. You know Alaric, I think, pretty well. Do you like the fact that since the perimeter stuff isn't working right now, he took it upon himself to just drive the lane and attack the basket right there?
Well, if you can't hit open shots outside, then you're going to have to do something else. And he's driving the basket. He's creating a good, closer shot, and he's also racking up the other team's fouls.
And he's athletic, and that's right. I mean, that was only number 4, so you got to start attacking the basket so they do rack up, no doubt about that. So Jones goes 1 for 2, and the score is 24-15. Knights lead it. And here's a great pass from Ankrum, leading Callahan to the basket. Callahan puts it in on the left side. This team is playing in sync right now. They just know where everybody's at on the floor, and they're getting the basketball there. 7 points for Callahan in this second quarter alone. Here's Bridges attacking the basket, and he'll try to spin it off the window. Gets it to go somehow with the right hand on the right side, plus the foul. Bridges to the free throw line to try to make it a 3-point play.
Jump stop with the outward spin on the ball. Throws it high off the glass. Bounces back the opposite way and into the bucket. Now he's going for the 3-point play.
That is not easy to do, to spin it with your right hand on that's actually the left side of the window.
Giving a counterclockwise spin while he's falling.
I mean, that's a tough shot to make, and then he converts the 3-point play. 26-18, Central gets closer to within 8 points with 1:15 left to go in the first half. At the right wing, Logan England tries to force a pass to the inside, but first he stepped on the sideline. It's a turnover by the Farmington Knights. Momentum maybe starting to swing a little bit to the Central Rebels.
They're trying to claw their way back into this thing before they have to go into halftime and take a nice lashing from Harlow on the way they've played defense in this first half.
At the left wing, Bridges has it. He's going to pull up for a deep 3. They left him open for it, and that's why he drove it off the lip of the rim. No good. Farmington gets the board. Ankrum got nudged a little bit by Curtois. Farmington fans wanted the foul. And then as Farmington gets it in the front court, they're whistled for the offensive foul, and Central's got the basketball again.
They're going to call him for leading with the elbow, trying to create some space. And Callahan's guilty as charged, but the Farmington crowd is not pleased.
49.5 on the clock, and this place always fills up for this game, Farmington Central. And there's a lot of fans here from both sides cheering their team on tonight. Into the front court comes Bridges after the inbound. That foul, by the way, went on Callahan. It was his second team foul, number 6. Here's a catch and release 3-ball. Mannion gets it to go. 26-21 Central, just within 5 now with 35 seconds on the clock.
Trying to find their way back into this game. Quick turnover, couple fouls. Let's see what they can do. 30 seconds left.
Just their second 3 of this game, but that was a big one to cut the deficit. Now Farmington, let's see if they want to slow it down and pull to the last shot. They will not. They'll get it underneath to Ankrum, and Ankrum goes right to work. He just put it up and in with Courtois draped all over him there. No problem for Ankrum. 28-21. Central, though, will get the last shot of this first half. Rebels down by a touchdown. Jake Bridges takes some time off the clock, brings it down to 4 seconds, dribbles it to the left elbow, gives up top now for Mannion. Mannion runs out of time. They're not even going to get a shot off. It was a great defensive set by Farmington, but Central, I think, just lost track of where they were.
I don't think they had an eye on the clock, and he actually would have had a decent shot had he come right off the screen, popped up at the three-point line, and just tried to drill it, but instead he took a couple dribbles, didn't know where to go, and time expired.
Just put it in his pocket right there. So good job by Central getting it back to within 7 when they trailed by double figures, but they could have had more. 28-21, Farmington on top at halftime. We'll come back in 2 minutes with your halftime stats on KREI. Just about to start the second half on AM 800 KREI, 28-21. Farmington on top of the Park Hills Central Rebels. Justin Callahan telling us in pregame that their three-point shooting has actually not been very good this season. They haven't made a 3 in this game either. 31% on the season are the Farmington Knights from beyond the arc. And, you know, he was saying over the summer they were doing much, much better than that. If their three-point shooting starts coming along, Jared, it might be a pretty dangerous ball club.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good from the inside. If they can start working that perimeter shot, they're definitely going to have an offense that is going to be hard to reckon with.
Central now will work right to left as you look on Web TV. Here's a pass that accidentally finds its target down low. Courtois wasn't ready for it, then passes across the lane to Alaric Jones, and Central gets a bucket that way, and it was maybe not the way they drew it up, but Central gets to within 5.
Hey, as long as it worked, I think that's all they care about right now.
Jones with his first bucket. Then Farmington with a turnover on the other side. Looked like England just lost the handle, and it went out of bounds as he dribbled it up the near sideline.
Dribbled it off his foot a little bit there. Got a little misstepped, and turnover gives Central the ball back.
Farmington's 7th miscue of the night as far as turnovers go. Now pass up top. There's Ankrum. Read the pass all the way. Now he's on the run for the layup. Oh, he missed it. Good defense breathing down his neck. And then a jump ball on the rebound goes Farmington's way. But that's a great job by Central, getting back and creating just enough misdirection on that shot. Then they force the jump ball. And although Farmington keeps it right here, it turns the arrow back the other way.
You know, most of the people from Farmington thought that was going to be an easy layup, but Jake Bridges hunted that thing down and didn't give him an easy shot, and what do you know, he missed it.
Off the inbound, they go to Callahan. Callahan lost the handle of it. There's Bridges again coming up with a steal. Now here he comes. He's attacking a double team. He's going to be fouled on the floor. This shot won't count, but he missed it anyway. Foul on the floor against the Farmington Knights. Farmington's turned it over 8 times now, twice quickly out of the gates from halftime.
If they can't hang on to the ball, they're going to give this thing back to Central.
5-point game. Central trails it off the inbound. Hunter Courtois, top of the key. Wraparound pass down low. Ankrum knocked it away, but Caldwell gets it back and swings to Mannion. Now they go around the perimeter. Near side, it's a baseline drive. Jones tries to pass out. Ball gets knocked away again, and it's going to end up out of bounds. We got a whistle and maybe a foul call. It is going to be a foul on Farmington.
And it's getting really scrappy on the floor, just like the first half. You know, those guys were getting a little scrappy in that first half, and, you know, halftime didn't cut any of that out.
Logan England picks up his second team foul, number 2, against the Knights. Central retains possession of the basketball, down by 5. Off the inbound, they go to Caldwell. Up top, it's to Jake Bridges again. Bridges swings back to the corner for Mannion for 3. It doesn't go. Rebound is cleared out, but Logan England comes up with the long board. He's going to drive it right side of the lane on the other side, pump fake, and then puts it up and in. Great pump fake to get his man in the air. Farmington scores their first bucket of the second half. 30-23. 7-point lead, Knights. Now it's Central attacking on the left side of the floor. It's going to be Jake Bridges working on Pratt. Bounce pass just in front of the right elbow to Courtois. Overhead pass to the left side. A drive, then a kick out. It's Caldwell taking the deep 2. Missed that one pretty badly. Just didn't have the shooter's touch on that one. Pratt gets the defensive rebound. He was trapped in a double team, tried to pass out, and it gets kicked out of bounds off of Central. Farmington has it.
Now, the problem with that possession is they got the ball inside to Courtois. He was about 3 or 4 feet off the block and had Logan England on his back. That's obviously a mismatch, and they didn't take advantage of that. Kicked it out to Caldwell for a deep shot.
And it seems like when Central's not playing well, that seems to be the problem. They're always trying to go back out to the perimeter when they have a better edge in the inside. Here's a great attack right side of the lane for Logan England. He put it off the window and in, but it's going to be called an offensive foul by Logan, his third, and that's huge for him to be in a little bit of foul trouble early in the third quarter.
Courtois scooted right over the block, put his hands straight up, and kept his feet set, and that's how you get a charge.
So don't count the basket. England picks up his third foul. He will stay in the game for now, and he's going to guard the ball as Jake Bridges dribbles it into the offensive front court. They throw to the top of the key. Now it's over to the right wing. Overhead pass back out up top. Bridges. Bridges dribbles left elbow, pulls up, shoots, and sinks that one no problem. He's a good shooter, Jake Bridges. He's got 8.
And that's a good quality shot off the elbow. Got a nice screen, popped into some space, jumped up, and hit the easy jumper.
The team's leading scorer with just under 9 points per game this season. But again, Central's got a lot of players that do the scoring for Coach Mike Harlow. Now Callahan with an attack, and again gets himself an open lane, but can't finish it. And he's had some trouble finishing this year. Ankrum with the offensive board. He can't put it back high off the window. This time the rebound goes to Hunter Courtois.
And these teams are banging on the blocks. It's getting tough down there. Larry Jones with a nice spin move in the left hand is good. Driving down the center of the lane. Spins to his left, lays it up off the glass. Good shot.
5 points for Alaric Jones. Now Farmington nearly turns it over on the other side. They still might. Maybe got away with a walk as Ankrum was on his rear end underneath the basket and kind of had to roll over to pass back out. He does get the pass out, and then Central's called for the foul. 30-27, though, after that nifty move by Alaric Jones on the other side that Jared told you about. Central's within 3 points here. This foul's going to go on Jones. It's his first.
And they're getting really rough down on the block. I'm excited to see how Ankrum's going to play against Caldwell. Those are two strong guys down there just ready to play some tough basketball.
Central on a 6-2 run to start this quarter. Here's another rough play down in the low block between Ankrum and Caldwell this time. And this time they're going to call Caldwell for his second. You're right, though. They're pushing and shoving and fighting.
Even after the foul was called, Ankrum tried to take it up for an easy bucket, and Hunter Courtois said, no way, this ball's dead. Give me that.
Yeah. Now Courtois is going to come out. Colin Bess is back in the game. Central with Jones, Bridges, Mannion, Bess, and Caldwell on the floor. Farmington possesses the basketball. They've committed 3 fouls, 2 for Central. Here's a 3-ball right wing. Logan England doesn't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds, goes off of Farmington. Central Rebel basketball down by just 3 here.
It's good to see everybody crashing the boards. You know, I hate to see those games where it's just 1 or 2 guys inside boxing out and trying to get a rebound. Everyone is running to the boards this game and just trying to create some offense and get the ball back for their team.
Inbound comes into the 6'5" Colin Best. He gives it up. Now it's Jake Bridges in the front court working on Garrett Callahan. Right wing crossover move. Drives to the elbow. Falls, but he kicked out to Mannion. Mannion dribbles to the free throw line. Pulls up, shoots it, rims out. No good. Oh, Callahan, or rather Pratt, had gotten the board. He was falling out of bounds, so tried to throw it back in, and he threw it off of Ankrum's shoe and out of bounds, and Central's got it back.
It's a tough break for the Knights. Central within 3. They really got to capitalize on one of these possessions.
4:39 in the third quarter. Off the inbound, a fake on a 3 by Mannion. Then Mannion tries to pass to the backdoor cutter, but they were on the wrong page. It's turned over. Farmington has it back, and then Callahan pushes a pass between a double team in the front court. And the basketball gets knocked out of bounds. A cheerleader ends up getting knocked to the concrete steps here as a player flew out of bounds and knocked her down, but she's up and she's okay. That drew a big cringe from this crowd. That could have been bad on those concrete steps.
That could have been bad. Braden Mannion made a nice play, nice effort to get that ball and try and save it from going out of bounds, but he took a cheerleader out on the way. Luckily, she had a decent landing.
It was a dangerous pass from Callahan, and Farmington's lucky to still possess the basketball here. Off the inbound, Hardy went up and got it at the half court, gives to Callahan. Now Callahan drives right side of the lane, puts it up, finishes this time, plus the foul. A chance for a 3-point play for Garrett Callahan.
And Braden Mannion was just in the wrong place at the wrong time there. He gave Callahan the lane. Callahan took it straight to the bucket, and Braden Mannion just happened to be under him when he was going up for that basket.
Callahan 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight, 67% on the year. Mannion picks up his first team foul number 3. The 3-point play is converted as Callahan knocks that down. He's got double figures now. Give him 10, 33-27. Knights stretch the lead back out to 6 points. Central had gotten it to within 3 before that 3-point play. Rebels have played a little bit better than Farmington in this third quarter, but it's been pretty tight. 6-5 is the run for Central. Here's Jake Bridges. Oh, coast to coast. Fakes the outlet pass and takes it right to the hoop and puts it in.
Gave a nice pump fake to the outside. Will Scherfus on the wing, pumped him, drove it straight down the middle, and laid it off the glass. Pretty take there from Bridges.
Now he's got double figures with 10 points, 33-29. Here's a jump stop in the lane, and the floater put up and missed by DJ Hardy. Rebound, Colin Best, 6'5". Now Central's got the numbers back the other way. Oh, but Buchanan tries to pass across the lane, and Logan England's able to get a hand on it, and then a foul on the Central Rebels.
And that's a frustration foul right there. Buchanan had a decent lane, but he probably should have tried to take it himself there with a one-on-one to the basket. Instead, he passes it right to the opposition, and then what's he do afterwards? He fouls them.
And if not taking himself, at least wait a little bit longer to make that pass. I think he tried that pass a little bit too early, and England was all over it. Now England gets fouled again as he gets the ball in the front court, attacking Buchanan straight away, and there's DJ Buchanan picking up his first, team foul number 5.
And he just got in the game a few minutes ago. It's tough for him to come in like that and get another foul. We'll see what happens with DJ Buchanan in this game. He's always going to be playing tough defense.
DJ Hardy inbounds to England. He had a hard time holding on to the basketball, but he's got it back. I think he can take a dribble here. He had lost control of it, but he was afraid to double dribble, so they called timeout to save the turnover instead. Knights timeout, 33-29. Farmington with 3:30 to play in the third quarter. This is a good basketball game. You're listening to it on AM 800 KREI. We're back in 30 seconds.
When it comes to building, remodeling, or any job you need to get done, you're sure to find what you need at Potosi Lumber Company. At Potosi Lumber, you'll find a full line of DeWalt power tools, including cordless drills, reciprocating saws, circular saws, and rotary hammers for that big job. Remember that Potosi Lumber also carries Wrangler and John Deere clothing for men, women, and children. And if you're looking for wallpaper and accessories, they stock those items too. Potosi Lumber Company, Highway 21, 1 mile north of Potosi.
Farmington Knights inbound once again, up by 4 points. Logan England gets the inbound. They swing it around the perimeter. Hardy for 3. Got it. No problem for DJ Hardy. Give him 5 points in 36-29. Knights on top by 7 once again. Here's Central, top of the key with Colin Best. Left wing pass, Will Scherfus fakes right, dribbles it left, goes up, and tries to shoot it over Ankrum, and Ankram's going to get called for the foul here. They met in midair, and Scherfus goes to the stripe.
That's a tough drive with the left hand from Will Scherfus, and he laid up a tough shot, clearly outsized by Jordan Ankrum. We'll see if he can make a couple free throws here and really earn these points the hard way.
Scherfus hasn't scored yet in this game, despite being the team's second leading scorer on the season with 8.7 points per game. He does hit this first free throw. He's a 60% free throw shooter on the year. 36-30. After he makes the first one, we'll get a substitution in for Farmington. DJ Hardy comes off. And then is Justin Boehm. By the way, Ankrum picked up his second foul there in team foul number 4. This free throw to get it back to a 5-point game for Will Scherfus. He's got it to go. Will likes to put a lot of arc under his shots, doesn't he?
He really likes to get a lot of air under that thing, but it works, so we can't criticize it too much, I guess.
He's got those raptor tickler shots. Here's Callahan in the front court. Drives, splits a double team from straight away, puts up the floater, missed off back rim. Farmington tries to save him going out of bounds with Justin Boehm. Good hustle play, but couldn't quite do it. His foot was on the line when he threw it back in. Central's got it back, down by just 5.
Central could have came up with that rebound, but they had 2 guys going for the same ball. Boehm got right in the middle of it, almost made a good play.
DJ Buchanan to inbound. Farmington has Justin Boehm up to pressure the ball handler. They eventually get the ball to one of their better ball handlers in Jake Bridges. Bridges dribbles to the left elbow. Hands it off to Alaric Jones at the left wing. He drives it in just inside the free throw line. Pulls up and puts the leaner up and in off the window. Good job by Alaric Jones.
Sticks one right off the glass after a good drive and turn there in the middle of the lane. Oh, but he gets called for a quick foul on a reach.
Jones has 6 points in this third quarter alone to give him 7 total. This quarter, it's been all Jones and Bridges with a little bit of help from Will Scherfus, whereas in that first half they were spreading the ball around quite a bit, but nobody was really getting into a rhythm. Sometimes it might be better to let a couple of guys take over in a game just to get something going, get a rhythm established.
Absolutely. It's just hard with as many players as you see coming off this Central bench for any of them to really get a good rhythm going because no one's getting a solid amount of time.
It's interesting the balance maybe you have to show between letting 1 or 2 guys take over and then using the whole roster. Here's Logan England trying the leaner on the other side. Didn't get it to go. He was off balance. Too strong. Tried to bank it in. Central's got it back. 2 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock, third quarter. Central down by just 3. Here's a right wing pass to Will Scherfus. Scherfus with a pass to the inside to Colin Best. Now the ball was stolen away, but we've got a whistle here. They'll get Colin Best, who is the ball had been stolen away, and he was just trying to reach and get it back, and he gets, called for the foul, his second.
It's bad enough that you get the entry pass stolen, and then you go and foul afterward, and that's just that's quite a double negative there for the Rebels.
And you see that happen all the time. It's just human instinct to, when the steal happens, I got to get that basketball back, and then you always end up fouling when you do that. Very rarely will you make the steal back the other way. So Brett Mann's the one who got fouled, and Brett Mann goes to the free throw line for the Farmington Knights. Mann had a great second quarter with 6 points. He's stuck on the 6 points right now. He's a senior who wears number 21 on his back and shoots 29% from the free throw line, just 2 of 7. He's going to miss this one off back rim, and the rebound goes to Hunter Curtois this time. So that low free throw shooting percentage will drop further, and Central again down by just 3 has the basketball back. You can get to within 1 or even tie the game on this possession with a long way to go in this ball game. A lot of twists and turns still likely to happen. Here's Alaric Jones, top of the key, drives to the free throw line, swings back out left wing for Scherfus. Scherfus fakes left, dribbles it to the right around the perimeter. Then a bounce pass over to the right elbow for Courtois. Back up top to Scherfus. Scherfus dribbles to the elbow, pulls up, passes baseline for Colin Best. Best lobs it back out left wing. It's Jones. Jones with a head fake, pulls up inside the free throw line, shoots, missed it, got his own rebound. Attacks straight away and easily takes it to the bucket, splitting the double team. He threw a little head fake on him and got to the rack.
And that's a good play by Jones, driving and getting the rebound there, but then he comes back down on this side, another foul called.
As DJ Hardy tried to drive it by him, and that's going to be a foul on Jones, and it is his third, but it looked like Hardy had beaten him there, so you don't hate that foul. At least you're going to make him earn it from the free throw line.
You can't win games by playing lazily when you're down. They're down a point right now, which doesn't seem like too much, but they've clawed their way back into this thing by playing aggressively, and that's what they're going to have to continue to do.
This is, a single bonus situation for the foul. The foul wasn't a shooting foul, so Hardy does go to the free throw line. He hits his first. That earns him another one, so he's got 6 points in the ball game, does DJ Hardy, including 1 3 that came in this third quarter. Both free throws are good. Give them 7. 38-35, Knights back on top by 3. Colin Best checks out. Scott Richardson is back in. Bloody nose all cleared up. And it's not even on his jersey, which is good. I don't even think they'll let you play if you got blood on your jersey, will they, anymore?
I don't believe so.
Left wing, and then a great pass across the lane to DJ Buchanan. Jones to Buchanan. Buchanan puts it off glass and in, plus the foul. So an and-one opportunity for DJ Buchanan, but all set up by the great pass by Alaric Jones. He has made the difference in this third quarter.
Absolutely. He's playing aggressively. He drove hard down that left side, laid a nice dish down underneath the arms of the defenders. DJ Buchanan goes up through the foul, takes a strong hold on that basketball up to the bucket, puts it in, and now he's got the shot at the three-point play.
55% shooter from the free throw line this year. This one to tie. He got it. Buchanan converts the three-point play. 5 points. Yeah, that drive, that attack by Jones drew the defense over to him, and then he had the good presence to bounce it right across the lane to DJ to set him up. Like Jared said, that was a good job by Alaric Jones there, and the glory's going to go to Buchanan for making the three-point play, but Jones really is a big piece of that puzzle. 38-38, we're knotted up. Good job by the Central Rebels in this third quarter. Minute 9 left in the third quarter. Callahan breaks the timeline, drives left side of the lane, bounce pass to the backdoor cutter. Pratt goes up but gets blocked, but then fouled. And again, the initial block was clean. Where the foul comes in, somebody either gets some body on him or the follow-through comes through and gets him on the hand.
Courtois had a nice block, got it off the glass there, but then you get the body after the fact, and you just can't do that. That's going to send him to the line for another 1-and-1 here.
Pratt, 60% free throw shooter on the season, and he's got it. He's got the first free throw, no problem. And Pratt scored his first point of the game right there. He's now 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The next one is a line drive that misses off back rim. Good rebound by Richardson. 39-38. Farmington by just 1. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. This game every bit as advertised. A good one between these two teams. From the MAAA Large Schools Conference. Right wing, DJ Buchanan in the front court. Working on Jonah Barnes. Bounces a pass to the corner for Richardson. Overhead pass back out. Tipped away. Justin Babe. He's got it. He's on the run. Working on a double team. Puts it in. Plus the foul. And 1. Justin Babe, after the steal, takes it the length of the floor and puts it in.
Another aggressive foul by the Rebels there. Trying to play tough defense and no free layups. But it's going to end up costing them here as they send Babe back to the line to shoot a couple free throws.
Babe doesn't score a whole lot of points in any game that he plays in. But he always gets a lot of minutes because of plays like that. He makes good basketball plays, and he just did a good steal right there and then went the length of the floor. Good job finishing, attacking a double team. And now let's see if he hits the free throw. 41-38 Farmington, make it 42. Free throw is good.
showed off a little bit of his football prowess there, coming up with that tip on defense, playing a little safety at the top of the zone on that skip pass.
4-point difference. Farmington leads it. Here come the Central Rebels again. It's Jake Bridges. Probably too much time on the clock to hold for one final shot, but I've seen teams do it before. Here's a swing to the corner near side for Alaric Jones. Plus, it just depends on how long it takes them to get their offense set up. Jones backs it up to the half court. Now with 15 seconds to go, maybe Central will hold on for the last shot. We're down to 10. Pass up top to Jake Bridges. Down to 8 seconds. Central Rebels want to milk this clock. Down to 5. Bridges, crossover, dribble, lost the handle of it. Farmington gets it back with 2 seconds. It'll be Ankrum in the front court, but lost the handle as the buzzer sounds, and Farmington can't get off a shot either. Twice now we've seen Central with a chance to milk the clock down and get one final shot off before a quarter ends, and both times it goes awry.
Bridges, he just lost the handle, taking it down the inside there. I thought he might try and drive and bring the defense in and kick it out to one of his wingmen, but just didn't happen as he kind of fumbled it there going into the lane.
Fourth quarter is coming at you in 1 minute. 42-38 is the score. Farmington clinging to this 4-point lead over the Central Rebels in this conference matchup from the TJ Foulon Fieldhouse. We're back in 60 seconds on KRBI.
Hi, this is Mary Lee, owner of Earth Mother Health Foods. Did you know we're the largest, most complete health food store in southeast Missouri? You know, if you're feeling tired, maybe you need to be on a good vitamin. We invite you to come into Earth Mother and get a free sample of a vitamin that you can feel the same day you take it. Now, stop by Earth Mother Health Foods. We have 3,500 square feet of products to meet your health care needs. That's at Earth Mother Health Foods, 220 East Harrison in downtown Farmington. 573-756-7852.
To jump out of trees, you can't stop them. They'll go down the slide head first. They'll make parachutes out of sheets. They'll balance on things that are impossible to balance on, like the back of a couch or a windowsill or a scooter seat. They'll run with sharp objects. They'll run into walls. They'll climb things that won't hold their weight. They'll put their fingers in places where they could get smashed. They'll drive their tricycles down steep hills. They'll bounce balls off their faces. They'll step on each other. They'll jump on each other. They'll invent whole new ways to put themselves in jeopardy.
We start the fourth quarter on AM 800 KRAI and MyMoInfo.com. Also KRAI Web TV. You can catch this fourth quarter if you haven't had a chance to at MyMoInfo.com, where you can watch the action unfold as I describe it to you. Here's Jake Bridges attacking from straight away. Foul going to be called on the Farmington Knights. Central working right to left in this fourth quarter. Justin Bain gets his first foul, and the Knights will pick up just their fifth. Meanwhile, Central already has committed 10, putting them in the double bonus. But Central's going to inbound with Alaric Jones, and into the backcourt it comes to Jake Bridges. Goes to work on Bain. Some contact, nothing called. Bridges might have even pushed off. He pulls up from the corner, shoots, misses. Jonah Barnes gets the rebound. So Barnes, who put up 15 last time these two teams played, he's kind of been a non-factor today. But other guys are stepping up for the Farmington Knights. Up top, here's Justin Bain. Head fake, and then started the drive. Swings it back out, left wing for England. Now back to the far side corner for Pratt. Back up top for Logan England. Knights clinging to this 4-point lead right now. Alaric Jones guarding the ball. Left wing, then back up top for Pratt. Pratt with one bounce on the dribble. Gives it then right wing for Jonah Barnes. Barnes with a crossover move. Back up to the top of the key. It goes to Logan England. Central doing a good job shutting down the inside right now. You know Farmington wants to get it underneath Jordan Anker, but Central not letting them. Then a whistle on Central as Farmington starts the penetration on the far side of the floor. They're going to get Jake Bridges for his third. And that puts Farmington at the line to shoot too. Justin Bain back to the stripe where he's 1 for 1 tonight.
Now, the one thing about these Rebels' depth and the way they shuffle guys in and out of this game, you don't see anyone with too big of an amount of fouls. They're keeping it spread out between their players. However, they do have quite a few fouls in this game, and it's going to keep Farmington going to the line.
Bain's a 75% free throw shooter. He hits that one, so he's 2 for 2. Central actually won that third quarter, though, 17-14 over Farmington to cut the deficit down to 4 points. But now the deficit 6 points as Bain hits 2 free throws to start the fourth quarter, 44-38. Central Rebels on the move. Here's Alaric Jones. He attacks from near side to far side baseline. He's cut off and redirected, so he swings it back around the perimeter. Back over to the left wing. Jones has it. He's working on Logan England, then swings to the right wing. And this is going to go to Braden Mannion. Mannion with an overhead pass to the inside for Curtois. Curtois drives, and probably a jump ball should have been called here. Looked like Pratt had his hands in there on the basketball and had tied him up. Instead, ball gets shot out of there, out of bounds. It goes off of Farmington.
I got to agree with you there, Glenn. It looked
close.
like they had a nice tie-up, but the referees are going to give it to Central to see what they can do with it.
And a 6-point ball game. Central needing every possession right now. Still a whole lot of time, but every possession counts at this point in the game. Here's a pass to the right wing for Caldwell. Caldwell, good take to the bucket here. Puts it up and in. Now this was nice on a finger roll. Faked right, drove it left, right down the middle of the lane. Finished it off and a chance for three.
And I'll tell you, I didn't see that explosion coming out of Caldwell. He got a wild pass from Courtois from across the court. Takes it, fakes one way, drives right to the basket, lays it in, and gets the bucket and the foul.
That's number 4 on Pratt, number 6 on the Farmington Knights, 44-40. And a chance once again to make this a one-possession game if Caldwell can hit the free throw. Caldwell's made a couple of nice plays offensively tonight. We saw him hit a deep jump shot earlier, and then he misses this free throw, however.
He's made a couple good shots, but really I think he really makes his money in the effort department because he's always given that effort out there on the court.
Drive left side of the lane, teardrop floater up and in. That's Callahan. Callahan makes a living with those kind of shots, and he's got double figures tonight, 46-40. Farmington Knights out in front. Here's Alaric Jones, top of the key. Fakes the left, dribbles it right. Swings back out right wing for Mannion. Now down baseline they go. Away from the basket to Caldwell. Back out to Mannion for three. Nothing but net for Braden Mannion.
And that's a pretty shot. Nice art, good rotation on the ball. And Alaric Jones almost comes up with a strip there on the inbound.
6 points for Mannion, all from beyond the arc. His first points of the second half. He's hit 2 clutch threes in this one, 46-43. Central Rebels trail it by 3. Left wing in the front court, Bain gives back out. It's Callahan for the answer. No, in and out. Rebound tipped around and comes long for Logan England. Just before going out of bounds, Knights can reset. Pass bounces over to the left wing for Bain. He fakes the entry pass, then backs it up to the half court with a pass to Logan England. Over to the right wing, Barnes. A lob pass to the corner for Callahan. Callahan with a head fake, then a drive, and easy to the bucket. He floats it up and in.
Easy bucket, just driving hard on the baseline, lays it up soft, about 6 feet out, and it's good for 2.
14 for Garrett Callahan in this game. I don't know if it was his head fake that got him that wide open lane to the basket or what it was, but that was no problem. Central needs to close out on him a little bit better. Now it's Central down by 5 once more. Left wing, Jake Bridges. Bridges has Justin Bain out to guard.
Courtois was working hard in there to try and get an open entry pass on the block. Caldwell now at the elbow.
Missed it. There's a pass right to him, and he turned around and tried that turnaround jumper and didn't find that one. Farmington gets the board. Callahan dribbles it to the elbow on the other side, pulls up and shoots and sinks it. Callahan's taken over. 16 for Garrett Callahan.
Finding all kinds of space in that defense and just making the shots count.
And then an offensive foul on Jake Bridges. That's going to be number 4 on the Central Rebel best scorer. And that's not good, down by 7 with 4:41 left to play.
Mike Harlow is not happy over there on that bench. He can't believe his point guard's going to drive into the lane, dribbling with his head down like that, getting an easy call from the referee.
Timeout's going to be called. It's going to be a full timeout, but we'll keep it right here for this one. We'll thank a few sponsors. But how about Callahan on the other side? He's really done a great job since the second quarter started. He had 7 in the second quarter, 3 there in the third, and 6 already here in the fourth to give him 16 points. He's really taken it upon himself to start scoring in this ballgame.
And he's just doing what a guard really should do in a situation like that. If they're going to cover your blocks up, if they're going to try and extend on the perimeter, you got to drive the basketball. He's finding space, and he's laying up some soft shots that are going in. He's just landing all kinds of them.
And on that last jumper from the free throw line, how about that behind-the-back dribble to get his defender off of him, pursuing forward, and then he can step back and hit that jump shot. That was pretty nice.
Central's playing really aggressive tonight, but like I said, he's just creating space and really creating a good shot for himself and doing a lot of good things for his offense, because now you got to think Central's going to guard him a little bit tighter, and what's that do? Opens up Jordan Ankrum for more easy buckets.
Cozine Memorial Chapel in Farmington brings you our broadcast tonight, as well as Cartridge World in Farmington, Long John Silver and A&W of Farmington, Potosi Lumber Company of Potosi, Potosi R3 Schools, and Subway in Piedmont, along with Clearwater Schools in Piedmont. Thank you for listening, and do business with all of those aforementioned sponsors. 50-43. It's Farmington with the lead and the basketball with 4:35 left to play in the fourth quarter. We're also on KREI Web TV at MyMoInfo.com. Up top, Jonah Barnes. He'll throw it to the right wing for Logan England. Logan England with a bounce pass inside to Ankrum. Still about 13 feet away from the basket. Starts backing his man down. Goes up. Blocked from behind by Bess. Loose ball comes up to Justin Bain. And he can bring it back to the outside, and Farmington resets. Logan England swings to the corner for Bain. Back out up top and around the perimeter they go. Left wing. Here's a whistle away from the basketball. What do we get here? Is it on Farmington?
Looks like it.
Ankrum's not happy.
Looks like it. They're getting rough down there in the block. It was Bess and Ankrum going after each other. Going to get a double foul.
Yeah, they called it on Ankrum and on Bess. Those are two guys I wouldn't mess with. So ends up being Farmington basketball. because the foul was called both ways.
Best gave him a couple good bumps, and when Ankrum tried to bump back into him, Best moved out of the way, and Ankrum hit the floor. I think that flared things up a little bit.
Off the inbound, Jonah Barnes was cutting to the basket, and the pass comes into him. He missed the layup in traffic, and then on the rebound we get a jump ball. Possession stays to the Farmington Knights, and they'll inbound it from the same spot underneath the basket baseline. We'll do it again. Logan England to throw it in. Throws in far side corner. This comes to Callahan. Callahan started to attack, then backed it up with 4 minutes to play. Swings left wing for Barnes. Lob pass down low, rejected. Caldwell went up and swatted it away, but right back to Jonah Barnes. Farmington still has possession. Logan England takes it top of the key. Passes right wing, back over to Jonah Barnes. Little jab step as he fakes it right, but no opening to dribble to the bucket, so he passes off. This comes to Logan England. England guarded tightly by Alaric Jones. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to play, and then we get a foul on Alaric Jones. I know this is not what they're doing, but it almost seems like Farmington is trying to run the clock. And it's definitely too early to do that, but they're certainly not in a hurry to do anything crazy and allow Central to establish momentum back.
In a 7-point game with 3.5 minutes left, it's rare that you see a team do that, hold it up near the top of the key, outside, closer to half court there. And it does seem like they're delaying their offense a little bit.
They're just trying to minimize possessions for the Central Rebels, and the foul was called on Jones, and it puts England at the line in the double bonus to hit 2 free throws, and he hits them no problem. He's an excellent free throw shooter on the season. In fact, he's a 73% free throw shooter. We get a foul in the front court, or did the ball get knocked out of bounds?
Got knocked out of bounds there by Callahan, making a nice read.
52-43, so Farmington stretched that lead back out to 9 after Central had tied the game in this second half. Farmington is able to open that gap up. Bridges for 3. Well, it's back down to 6. Jake Bridges cuts it down. He's got his second 3 of the night.
He nailed a nice shot there on the wing with the defender in his face. It'd be nice to see Central make a few buckets here in the second half and bring it back to a close game.
13 points for Jake Bridges. 7 of them in the second half. Logan England left wing in the front court. Throws it back out up top for Garrett Callahan. Callahan bounces over to Jonah Barnes. Barnes will give it right back up for Jordan Ankrum. Everything around the perimeter right now for the Farmington Knights. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. Still trying to limit Central's offensive possessions. There's Jordan Ankrum. Trades passes, and then they give the give and go back to Logan England as he was cutting right side. Puts it up and in after a pump fake. Not so much the give and go that made that work, but the great pump fake by Logan England.
And that was a good drive. They took quite a bit of time off the clock on that possession and got a bucket out of it. You really can't ask for more.
54-46 Farmington. Here is Alaric Jones driving right side and splitting a double team and drawing the foul. And we talked about him, being aggressive early on. It seems like they'd kind of gotten away from doing that, and that's why they were trailing again. Now Jones does a good job stopping the clock. He'll have a chance at points from the free throw line with the clock stopped.
Nice jump stop there. Just couldn't finish the bucket for the 3-point play. Let's see if he can make up for it with a couple free throws here.
58% free throw shooter is Alaric Jones. The free throw, though, off the front of the rim, no good.
Looking a little bit tired. When they come up short on that free throw, that means they're losing a little bit of their legs here late in the game.
Alaric had 8 points in that third quarter. Hasn't scored yet in the fourth. He's got 9 points total for the game. And before the next free throw, Coach Callahan of Farmington is going to call timeout. Knights by 8, 54-46, 2:26 left to go in this one. We'll break for 30 seconds on the Talk of the Parkland, AM 800 KREI.
Welcome to the Maya Miguel Challenge. Meet Maya in the game.
Oh, hi, I'm Maya.
Maya and her friends want you to get up and play, because it's always more fun to be active.
Let's get started.
Just go to letsmove.gov and look for Maya and Miguel. You'll find tons of fun activities that'll help keep you healthy and active. Whether you play sports, run, dance, or jump in place, just get up and play at least an hour a day. Take the Maya and Miguel Challenge today at letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
In an 8-point game, Alaric Jones steps to the free throw line for the Central Rebels. His team is down by 8, 2:26 left to play fourth quarter. He missed the front end here, so he's trying to salvage this trip to the free throw line. He averages 7.4 points per game for Coach Mike Harlow. The next of 2 free throws is good from Alaric Jones, so give him double figures tonight. He's got 10. 54-47, DJ Buchanan's back in the game. Jones is going to take a seat on the bench. Colin Best comes out, and Curtois is back in. So it's Curtois, Caldwell, Mannion, Buchanan, and Bridges on the floor defensively for Central. Farmington subs DJ Hardy back in the game. Justin Bain comes off. So for Farmington, it's Ankrum, Hardy, Callahan, England, and Jonah Barnes. Barnes is the inbounder. Central puts the full court pressure on, but Callahan breaks through it. Bounce pass to the baseline cutter. Ankrum went up too strong. Might have gotten partially blocked. Rebound comes out to Central, but they travel with it. Courtois fell down, and it goes back to Farmington.
That's a tough call against the Rebels because they really did everything right there. They tried to put the full court pressure on them, but Callahan broke that down. However, they took it to the baseline, got a nice block on Ankrum, just couldn't turn things around for him.
Garrett Callahan and Marcus Hampton in this area are the two of the best guards that just having no trouble with the pressure. I mean, just slicing through it like a hot knife through butter. Those two guys are excellent at that. Whether they beat it with their dribble or beat it with their excellent passing, those two guys are awesome at that.
And it just, when it comes down to crunch time like this, those are two guys that you can trust with the ball in their hands. You're not worried about turnovers or shakiness. They're going to handle the ball, and they're going to do it well.
Here's Austin Caldwell coming out to guard Jordan Ankrum, who gets fouled, and it might be that time for Central to start sending Farmington to the line. Still a lot of time left with 2:07 left to go, but Farmington has really slowed this game down since about the 4-minute mark. They're just holding on to the basketball right now, so Central wants some opportunities. They'll hope Farmington misses some free throws. Ankrum hits the first one.
Ankrum, he's not the guy that I think is going to miss these clutch free throws. He spends a lot of time in the gym, and he spends a lot of time on the line, seeing as much as he gets fouled.
And he hasn't scored, or until he just made this free throw, he hadn't scored in the second half. That gave him 12. This gives him 13. Still no field goals in the second half for Jordan Ankrum. It's Garrett Callahan's really taken over. He's a 58% free throw shooter. Maybe the ankle has something to do with that. He's actually a better free throw shooter, I think, than that, but his numbers don't bear it out at this point in the season, but they'll be there at the end of the year. 56-47. The lead back to 9 for the Farmington Knights as Ankrum goes 2 for 2. DJ Buchanan in the front court throws it over to the right wing. Jab step from Jake Bridges, who's playing with 4 fouls. He plays aggressive and drives it to the right wing, and the foul's called defensively on the Farmington Knights. They'll go Justin Boehm on that one. Bridges to the stripe.
And that's 10 fouls for Farmington there, 10 team fouls. Let's see what Central can do at the line now. Jake Bridges heads up there to shoot a free throw.
Both teams in the double bonus. 78% free throw shooter is Jake Bridges. 1 for 1 tonight. Oh, missed that one. And, down the stretch here, if you get a chance like this, clock stop, to get some points back, you got to hit your free throws.
You got to capitalize on these possessions. And one thing I'm not seeing Central do late in this game that I think that they would be more successful if they tried is really penetrating and kicking, because they have the shooters and they have the guys that can slash. But Bridges misses another opportunity with another missed free throw. Farmington gets the rebound.
Rare to see him miss 2 in a row in a clutch situation like this. Now Farmington with a 9-point lead and the basketball. It's starting to look bleak for the Central Rebels, looking like they could fall twice to the Farmington Knights already this season. They will meet again at least one more time. Here's a bounce pass to the low block for Garrett Callahan. Pump fake, swings it back out up top to Ankrum. Now it's to the far side. Farmington playing keep away right now. Central doesn't seem too interested in fouling. Then DJ Buchanan finally does come out and foul with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to play. In this 9-point game, Farmington looking to get it back to double digits.
And just another example of smart play by Callahan there as he got the ball down on the block, could have turned around, went for a pump fake, could have took a crazy shot. Instead, he throws the ball on the floor, takes it right back up to the top of the key, runs down probably 15 more seconds, and then Central has to foul with 1 minute and 11 left.
Free throw from Logan England is up and good. 3 points. It's not a foregone conclusion that Farmington and Central will meet again, but you think two of the better teams in the MAAA would meet up again in the MAAA conference and then in districts like they did last year. So you would think at least one more time, possibly, and even probably 2 more times this year, these two teams will play. 58-47. Both free throws were good from England. DJ Buchanan drives left side of the lane. His layup is left short. It's looking like this is the Farmington Knights ball game in 8 straight wins. An 11-point difference. England's able to get the ball into the front court. And now they just continue to play keep away. Callahan's going to get fouled by DJ Buchanan. And Callahan to the free throw line this time.
And that is the 5th foul for DJ Buchanan. He's going to have to hit the bench for the night. Tough game for him. Played really aggressive, but 5 fouls and you're out of here, and that's the rules.
He had as many points as fouls in this one. 5 points, and his night is done. So Callahan to the free throw line. I think he's going to have to be our player of the game tonight, Jared. Jordan Ankrum's a great player, but tonight I think Garrett Callahan made the difference. What do you think?
I think so. He just created a lot of good passes for his teammates, got a lot of lanes open, did well on defense, and like you said, he was just making buckets. He was just getting in space and putting it right in the hoop.
He makes 1 of 2 free throws there, so he's got 17 points, 59-47, Farmington by 12. Here's Central again. Jake Bridges for 3, and going to miss off back rim. Long rebound comes back out to Bridges, but he can't keep it in bounds. He had lost it off of his foot in traffic, and it goes out far sideline. Farmington's got it.
And it's going to be a tough one to walk away from with Central here, because they always like to bring a good game to Farmington and hate to get beat in their own house, but the clock's just going to tick away now.
Apparently Jordan Ankrum is a 3-point difference, because without Ankrum, Farmington won by 9. With him, they're going to win by 12 points. No, but Ankrum does bring a lot to the table. But again, tonight, Garrett Callahan is our player of the game as Farmington does continue to wind this clock down. We're down to the final 10 seconds. Central won't foul. They'll let the clock tick out, and it will be a 12-point victory and 8 straight wins for the Farmington Knights. And they'll go to 2-0 in conference play. Central 1-1. The buzzer sounds. That does it. 59-47. Farmington victorious. We're back in 2 minutes with your post-game show on KREI and KREI Web TV.